Welcome back everybody, Kai here with another episode of Football Manager 2016 with FC Nürnberg, and the first thing that probably jumps out at the eye looking at the results since the last episode is this one. A 3-0 win. Not just a win, demolition job against Dortmund. It was an incredible game and it wasn't even a fluke. We deserved this win wholeheartedly. Andre Martins in the centre park just controlled the game. He was amazing. Tennessee continuously cutting in from either side. It was such a good performance. I was over the moon at 1-0. Imagine now I was at 3-0. But yeah, that result aside, we had a really good run again. But this season has been absolutely astonishing. A 1-0 win against Freiburg. It was one that was wrapped up at the 36th minute. Freiburg didn't look like they were going to come back into it, and it was a good result. The next result against Leipzig, a good result. 2-0. We're dispatching of the teams we're better than with ease, which is something that's really good and something we really need to do in this league, as there's sort of a top three who are significantly better than the rest of the league, hence why we keep losing to them. Now the next game is actually one of the top three who, well, we demolished. As I said, 3-0 is out of this world. So yeah, I'm over the moon with that result. The next one we got brought back down to earth, you could say, with a 2-0 loss against Nürnberg. Coco getting injured. Thankfully, it wasn't a bad injury. I think he was fit for the next game, or no, maybe the one after. Yeah, he was fit by 2 games later. So yeah, 2-0 loss brought us back down to earth. Away result again. Away games seem to actually be a bit of a bane so far this season. Until that's the last time we dropped points at home. So yeah, it's definitely away games that we're losing in, so the home fans are pushing us through games, although that's a really poor attendance, 30,000. Next up, Fulkirk gave us the 3 points against Augsburg, which is another decent result. Again, beating the teams below us in the league. We'll just skip over that. Even Jung Hung Ho got an own goal, so disappointing overall result. 5-0, yeah, we'll just gloss over that. Next up, we came back into it with a 3-2 win against Hanover. Coco seemingly back into form with another 2 goals, Moritz Leitner controlling from the centre, and Will Keane even getting a nice goal to cap things off, well, to start things off actually. But yeah, and finally, most recently, we beat Frankfurt 2-0. We left it like it was, I wouldn't say this game was a secure one. Out of all the games so far, it was sort of a bit more edgy. A lot of yellow cards on both sides actually. I think Russ's was a second yellow card in the 90 plus 2 minute too, so it was a lot of yellow cards. But yeah, it wasn't as convincing as some of the other wins. And today's episode sees us play against Borussia Mönchengladbach, then a couple of games later against Schalke. Was it Schalke? Oh no, Köln. We'll play Köln. No, Schalke. Sorry, I can't decide. So Mönchengladbach and Schalke will be the 2 games in today's episode. Now, our run of results has actually left us second place in the table, with quite a gap between us and 5th, which is really good because it gives us that Champions League qualification option. Obviously, I'd rather not finish 4th. I'd rather get 2nd or 3rd, just because then we don't have to do that qualification stage. We automatically get the money for being in the group stage, which is always good. Obviously, there's 3 points between us and Leverkusen, but goal difference wise we are screwed comparatively to the rest. Up until 7th, everybody's got better goal differences than us, so unfortunately we're not winning that resoundingly when we do win. However, with only 2 draws, we've either won or lost, which is sort of in one side good and the other side bad. Today's episode against Borussia Mönchengladbach, if we beat them, we've basically confirmed Europa League football for next season, which was the aim actually for the season, was 5th or 6th, so I'm actually really pleased. We're slightly ahead of schedule, if anything. We're doing a Liverpool with Rodgers up ahead of the plan. Unfortunately, Bayern Munich look completely out of reach with their vastly superior goal difference and 4 points lead. Dortmund are edging ever closer to us, as are Leverkusen, so it's looking scary each time we look behind us. And the team for today's game looks fairly familiar. The only weird name on the pitch is Isaac Hayden, as we seem to have run out of a second decent centre-back, with Margreiter dropping in and out of form and not being perfect ever. Hang Ho has not been performing, so centre-back is a position I will be looking at improving, possibly bringing someone like 28 years old like Margreiter, only better. On either side we've got Young Sung Yuk, who's been in pretty good form coming into the team for me, and on the right we've got Sukjevic, who's actually only just returned from an injury for the last game.
which saw Gronosat, Adam Smith and Bernard Muller getting a fair few games. As you see, 9 starts for the 18-year-old is really impressive. So 17-year-old. So I'm pleased for him. He's improving 17 speed, pace, as you see. Barron's getting that defensive midfield spot due to a 4-month injury for Patrick Ayres, which is really disappointing for the homegrown lad. He's going to be a key player though coming into the future with that trained at club status. More attacking midfield, we've got Moritz Leitner and Gormelt with a Coco on the right, Tennessee on the left, and Wilkeen getting that starting point up front ahead of Fulkrug. Our opposition today is Borussia Mönchengladbach with some very strong players in their side. Zach, who's obviously now an Arsenal player, Fabian Johnson, the American left back, Guidetti, the guy who Man City used to have. They used to be Wonder Kid, Jan Sommer, great goalkeeper. I'm even scared of Andre Hahn and Perman, who are some very fast wingers on the bench. Should they decide to change tactic, it might cause a shock to the system as it currently stands. I'm going to be overloading those flanks and trying to get some decent width to tackle the fact that they're lacking players out wide. 6 minutes in and Stokjevic is already injured, which is really disappointing. Gronosat is actually our backup right back, so he's going to come on the pitch, but he'll be a big miss, the right complete wing back, and it actually means I'm going to change the formation to the defensive one, with Barnes being the ball winning mid. Just to accommodate the fact that Gronosat is not as fast down that right flank. Half an hour's nearly been played now, and with no highlights to tell you about apart from one pointless one, which is just a throw in. It's been a disappointing first half an hour. Nobody's actually made an effect on the game, as you can see. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target, we've had 1 shot. Ball has been a bit more them. Mönchengladbach actually have the ball down through the centre now. Actually, Dorsch crossing field to Janska. Janska keeps it into play, and he's going down this right flank, the fullback, into Dorsch in the centre of the pitch, out to Janska, got past his man, whips it in. Beautiful save, beautiful double save by Wildsmith, absolutely brilliant. Stindl to whip in the corner, gets a good foot behind it in the box. Dorsch headers over, thankfully. Tennessee's picked up the ball in midfield. Keane in front of him. Keane's got the ball out wide to Coco. Coco to pass it back to Gronosat. No, into Gormelt. Gormelt has plenty of options in front of him. Picks out Tennessee on this left flank. Tennessee coming inside. Back to Young Suk Young. Forward to Tennessee again. Tennessee in the box. Whips it. Unfortunately went for the shot and Sommer saves. After a dull first half, Wolfsburg, Borussia Mönchengladbach have the ball in the middle of the park into Dorsch. Dorsch has options across field to Fabian Johnson. Fabian Johnson whips in Vargas. Vargas shoots, hits the side netting. Borussia Mönchengladbach with another attack. Durast Keita to Fabian Johnson. Fabian Johnson whips in. Wildsmith clears only as far as Dorsch. Dorsch in. It's a penalty. Hong Jung Ho, who's been underperforming all season to be honest, but also all game, has given away a penalty. It's probably going to be 1-0 now. Let's just watch it unfold. Who's going to take it? That's Guidetti, the ex-Manchester City man, also the captain for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I thought Wildsmith had that for a second, but unfortunately it's in. 1-0. We're losing. And here's a penalty. Guidetti takes a run up, placed it. Wildsmith almost got there, to be fair. In fact, almost looked like he should have done better, but you never expect much from the keeper, and we're 1-0 down. I've taken Young Hung Ho off, and Marguerite has gone on in his place. He's really underperformed for us, and if we do get a reasonable bid, say about 5 million in the summer, I will be selling him and looking for a better replacement. But Dorsch has got the ball, it's 2-0. I lose every live com. It's just ridiculous now. It's because I'm playing all the good teams. I should play some of the poor teams. We will be in the next episode actually, so that's okay. Here's the highlight. It's a good corner by Darius Standis. Back to Dorsch. Dorsch, I don't know what's happening with his legs. He's like doing a pirouette and strikes it in. Wildsmith can't get there. The person at this post, the people at the post are just completely useless in this game. So I've decided fight fire with fire. Ekilko's come off, underperformed, and well, a whole load of players on the pitch actually are performing poorly, but I've gone for the 4-3-3 narrow, almost 4-4-2 diamond, and hopefully we can get a result in this last, half an hour? Comment with the ball in the centre park, forward to De Hassani. Keane, unfortunately, saved by Sommer, and well, we tried to launch a late attack, but it doesn't look likely. The 4-3-3 hasn't had much of an impact on the game. And unfortunately for me, despite having more half chances, Borussia Mönchengladbach had the better the game and are winning 2-0. But yet, unfortunately, we're dropping points, and that is a terrible pass there by who's number 6, Gormelt, and it's probably going to see the end of the game with this goal kick. There we go, 2-0 loss. Borussia Mönchengladbach. Really disappointed with that, and I'll see you guys against Schalke.
Two things before I go. You'll notice results are really good in our favour. For example, Bayern drawing against Hertha, Dortmund losing to Köln, Mönchengladbach obviously beat us, and the final team competing for that top four, I can't see them. Oh, it's Leverkusen drawing against Schalke, so that's really good for our table position, because it means we haven't actually dropped down a position. We're simply we've lost more points than most other teams, but unfortunately it still leaves us in a decent competition for all the places. One other thing I want to show you is not in the Nürnberg fight, in the under 19s. Let's sort of by age, that's the easiest way to do this. We got a new youth intake, it's all these guys here, and the star for show, here he is, Torben Giese. 13 finishing, 13 heading, 11 acceleration. He's got some good all-round stats. There's actually a 15 finishing guy. Where is he? I think it's Fichtner. There we go, 15 finishing, 12 strength. He looks like he's going to be a great all-round advanced forward. Also some other cool additions. Evan, a great central midfielder. Look at him, 14 determination as well, fast, he looks good. Some of us, Kruschka. I can't believe how good the youth intakes are at this club. Normally, whenever I get youth intakes in FM, the best player will be around this level. I don't often see more than 3 stars, so it's amazing just the sheer number of players I've been getting in at the club who are so good. Oh, and good news, Stojkovic is out for 5 months. Great. And here we are back again. 2 brilliant results since the last episode, since the last time. Hertha Berlin 2-1, Werder Bremen 3-1. Amazing results, and they've propelled us up into still second. Don't worry, nothing's changed. We're obviously never going to overtake Bayern. Bayern have basically wrapped up the league with 4 points ahead of us, and we're not going to get that many more points, so unfortunately it looks like Bayern's won. But the good news is we are 7 points clear of 5th place, so hopefully we can wrap up that European Champions League spot as soon as possible. Our team for today's game against Schalke is a fairly familiar one, although Gronosek coming on for the long-term injured Stojkovic, Label, Hayden and Margaret in ahead of Young Ho, who's been disappointing at his time at the club. Label at left back with, again, Young Ho on the bench. Moritz Leitner and Burns are the defensive midfield partnership, with Gormelt starting ahead of them. Ekoko and Tennessee are the wingers, with Will Keane starting it again, who's been very impressive for me so far this season. Our opposition today are Schalke, strong team, although they don't have that many players that I recognise. Obviously knows the defensive partnership, German international and Man City former man. Yeah, a very strong side to come up against. Fortunately, fitness is a slight concern for them, as this is a midweek fixture, having only played a few days ago. Hopefully that'll help us, as we have a bigger squad with more options to rotate. We've got the ball now on a counter-attack. Keane forward, but it's rebound off a player, but Keane's got it again, forward across the pitch to Tennessee edging nearer the box, inside the box now, cuts inside to Gormelt back to Leitner forward on the left, Leibold's got to get a cross in, he does. Keane tackled, it's Tennessee's got the ball in the back of the net. It's 1-0 to Nürnberg, and this is going good so far. And here it is, Leibold on this left flank whips in a good ball. Keane gets control of it, but it's cleared by Nastasic, who tackles him. But Tennessee, through all the players, just toe pokes it basically into the goal past everybody, and it's 1-0 to us. I might actually win a live com, and that was also the first highlight of the game. So the first half came and went with no more highlights, despite me having it unextended, and the second half started now, and it's the first highlight over. It's been a very boring game, only 10 shots on target, only 2 on target, no chances, and we've scored the only goal of the game so far. Thought I'd take an alternative view on the pitch, because nothing's happening for another 10 minutes. I've been switching it upwards, downwards, shake it all about. Nothing seems to be happening on the pitch, and unfortunately it's turning into a very boring game. I mean, literally nothing's happening. Just double checking. Yep, it's definitely unextended. Seeing that, they've got a highlight now, just to make me look stupid. Quixote out wide, Bittencourt, he's going to get the ball. Rakowski saves it, it's out for a corner. And there we are, Quixote to take it. Quixote whips the ball in. Hovids, Rakowski saves, good save. And there's still almost nothing happening in this game. Just on 2 substitution, Moval and Hassani come on for Coco and Leitner. So yeah, just to keep fitness high. But yeah, overall, nothing seems to be happening, and we're going to 10 minutes, last 10 minutes of the game. We're in the dying stages of the match now, and in what has been one of the most boring games on FM I have seen so far, we have managed to win it and just about edge it statistically, although I spoke too soon. We've got 25 seconds left to hold on to this win. Hopefully this is just the end of game highlight where you never score. And it's gone out for a throw. It's a throw in. Time's going to end. He's going to throw it. Game over. We beat Schalke. This is brilliant news. Now let's have a look at the tape. So that season's having actually qualified for the Europa League, which is good news because that was the aim at the start of the season, as in Bayern. With 4 more games to go, 5 for the teams below us. Hopefully we can kick on and, well, get that European Champions League position, 2nd or 3rd, so we're straight in the group stage, which would be ideal. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next episode, which will be, I'm trying to think, I think it'll be Köln and Karlsruhe, and possibly these two, depending on how those 2 results go, and whether or not we're still in contention for either 1st place or that 4th place, and whether or not we can push up, push down. We'll see how it is in the Karlsruhe game, but that'll be the next episode, will be Köln and Karlsruhe. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this episode so far. If you have, give it a like. Tell me what you think about it. Anything you want to say in the comment section below. I'll try and answer ASAP. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Goodbye.